All right. Hi, everybody. Do this a little earlier today. I was gone yesterday doing a little self-care, spending time with my loved ones. Anyways, welcome new viewers. I see we got some new comments. That's great. It actually brings up my topic for today. Whether they asked a question or not, I figured this would be a great time to talk about people disbelieving you. Don't let that stuff get you down at all. If you've gone far enough, you've had that your whole life. Those people will be forced to accept the fact that you're telling the truth just by mere time. I had a lot of doubters, of course. Why would they believe me? I had no intentions of quitting drinking. I had no intentions of bettering my life, 3 years ago. I was on the spiral of going down. So I looked at it as, it's another reason to prove people wrong. You can use it as motivation, which is what I choose to, because at the end of the day, I'm the only one that's responsible for me and has to put up with me and my decisions. So, yeah, and a lot of some of the ways that I experienced it along the way were people, I'm not saying that any of this is bad, but people always hid their liquors, hid their alcohols when I'd come over, which that was great. I understood what they were doing. I had to take it for what it was, that it was positive, that they cared enough about me that they thought ahead that we're not going to leave any of this stuff out. If you look at it positively, you don't get pissed off and all those things. And then you know what? Slowly, as time went on, after probably my first year and a half, people started acting normal. They had their booze in their fridge, their beer, whatever. Try to make it a point, as long as people aren't crazy. I'm not judging somebody. That's not what I'm here to do. But anyways, just remember, with time, people will be forced to recognize your successes, whether they like it or not. And sadly, there's people out there that are just hoping and hoping you do fail. Well, I'm not worried about those people. I left them in one of my past lives. So don't let shit like that affect you. Don't don't stop trying. I had a trepidation about, like, am I doing the right thing with sharing these? And you know what? At the end of the day, it helps me. So I decided, fuck it. I'm gonna keep making them with the same intentions I had when I very first started. That maybe this will just be a great way to write my book. We got this great AI now that can condense shit better than my brain can by far. And there's just so much in there I forget day in, day out. Like, what the hell? It's my real story. So this is actually just documenting some of it because I'm still remembering it too. But big battle for me was coming back and attacking the mental side of, do I come back? Do I deal with people that are haters or unbelievers? And hell yes, I'm coming back. Those are exactly the people I want to prove wrong. And I'll always talk about tools of ways to stay strong, stay sober. Do your thing. Worry about you. The rest will the rest will slowly start falling into place if you got the right surroundings. But don't get stuck on negativity. I mean, I laughed because I'm like, wow, I'm surprised I actually got to some people I don't know already. So that's super cool to me. I would love to continue to keep coming back and keep proving people wrong. And you know what? 3 years down the road, I'm finally starting to see successes that you can't you can't deny the facts. I've now gotten my license. I've now completed some courses, like the really big one I wanted done. I did it. I never stopped trying, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stop trying now. Like, otherwise, why did I save myself? I could have just finished the job, so to speak. But anyways, I don't want to get too far off the topic, but that just reminded me of stuff from my own past. And it helped me a lot when I started noticing that stuff, like I said earlier, about people's fridge just had booze in it all of a sudden. And you're like, damn, okay, I built up some trust. This is awesome. Don't don't fear it. Instead, embrace the idea that somebody has, you've grown so much that somebody sees it and they're just acting like normal. And in my case, I never wanted people to have to act different because of my shit. So it's positive. And I'll say it over and over again. It's all about how you look at things. You can take things negatively, or you can take power from that negativity and turn it into something positive. And I'm not really making this whole thing for anybody but myself right now. It's a very I don't have AA meetings that I care to go to. I haven't set up that type of my life or gotten a network of people up here. So maybe that'll come with time, but that's part of why I want to be on here doing this is because my story's not the same as everybody else's. A lot of it comes from force. You're being forced to by the courts. You're being forced to for this or that. So I'm just here to tell you it's possible after those after that shit's gone, you can still make a change. And it feels so much better when it's by your choice, not for for the probation officer or whatever. So I'm gonna keep making these. I get stronger every day. And uh, yesterday was my self care day. That was that's another thing to always beware of if you really are into helping people and doing stuff like this. I just basically added another hour in my day that I always try to have filled to avoid boredom and straying thoughts. But yeah, I'm not gonna stop. That's it for today. I might be back later, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. And like I said, welcome whoever or and whomever. But I would, next time I would love some actual questions. So that you feel free to do that. Thanks.